You're driving at night. What should you do if you're dazzled by a vehicle behind you? Set your mirror to the anti-dazzle position. Set your mirror to dazzle the other driver. Brake sharply to a stop. Switch your rear lights on and off.
Correct. The interior mirror of most vehicles can be set to an anti-dazzle position. You'll still be able to see the lights of the traffic behind you, but the dazzle will be greatly reduced.
Do you need to plan rest stops when you're planning a long journey?
Yes, you should plan to stop every half an hour.
Yes, regular stops help concentration.
No, you'll be less tired if you get there as soon as possible. No, only fuel stops will be needed.
Correct. Try to plan your journey so that you can take rest stops. It's recommended that you take a break of at least 15 minutes after every 2 hours of driving or riding. This should help to maintain your concentration.
Where would you see this road marking?
At traffic lights. On road humps. Near a level crossing. At a box junction.
Correct. Because the road has a dark color, changes in level aren't easily seen. White triangles painted on the road surface give you an indication of where there are road humps.
What should you do if the red lights start flashing as you approach a level crossing?
Go over it quickly. Go over it carefully. Stop before the barrier. Switch on your hazard warning lights.
Correct. At level crossings, the red lights flash before and while the barrier is down. At most crossings, an amber light will precede the red lights. You must stop behind the white line unless you've already crossed it when the amber light comes on. Don't be tempted to zigzag around half barriers.
What does it mean if the electronic stability control, ESC, indicator lamp comes on briefly while you're driving?
The ESC system has activated.
The ESC system has a fault. The ESC system is running a routine test. The ESC system is switched off.
Correct. ESC is a computer-controlled technology that detects reduced traction and automatically makes corrective adjustments to prevent loss of control. The ESC lamp comes on briefly to alert the driver that the system has activated and the car is approaching its handling limits. It's a powerful driver aid, but it cannot save a car once its traction limits have been exceeded.
What should you do when you meet an oncoming vehicle on a single-track road?
Reverse back to the main road. Carry out an emergency stop. Stop at a passing place. Switch on your hazard warning lights.
Correct. Take care when using single-track roads. It can be difficult to see around bends, because of hedges or fences, so expect to meet oncoming vehicles. Drive carefully and be ready to pull into or stop opposite a passing place, where you can pass each other safely.
You're traveling on the motorway. How can you lower the risk of a collision when the vehicle behind is following too closely? Increase your distance from the vehicle in front. Brake sharply. Switch on your hazard warning lights. Move onto the hard shoulder and stop.
Correct. On busy roads, traffic may still travel at high speeds. Don't follow the vehicle in front too closely. If a driver behind seems to be pushing you, gradually increase your distance from the vehicle in front by slowing down gently. This will give you more space in front if you have to brake, and will reduce the risk of a collision involving several vehicles.
You're looking for somewhere to safely park your vehicle. Where would you choose to park? At or near a bus stop? In a designated parking space? Near the brow of a hill? On the approach to a level crossing?
Correct. It may be tempting to park where you shouldn't while you run a quick errand. Careless parking is a selfish act and could endanger other road users.
What does this sign mean? Distance to parking place ahead. Distance to public telephone ahead. Distance to public house ahead. Distance to passing place ahead.
Correct. If you intend to stop and rest, this sign allows you time to reduce speed and pull over safely.
What's the purpose of a catalytic converter?
To reduce fuel consumption. To reduce the risk of fire. To reduce harmful exhaust gases. To reduce engine wear.
Correct. Catalytic converters reduce a large percentage of harmful exhaust emissions. They work more efficiently when the engine has reached its normal working temperature.
You're on a motorway. The hard shoulder is not being used as a running lane. When should you use the hard shoulder?
When you're stopping in an emergency. When you're leaving the motorway. When you're stopping for a rest. When you're joining the motorway.
Correct. Don't use the hard shoulder for stopping unless it's an emergency. If you want to stop for any other reason, go to the next exit or service area.